Actually, on that subject, I want to ask you if you could, tell Trump or Biden something that you want them to touch on. What would that be? Like, is there a specific issue or something that you want them to address in the next debate?
Um, why don't we have a national black alert yet? Why don't we have, legal protection, for black people in police custody? Why don't we have that yet? That's one of them because there's a national blue alert. Why don't we have a national black alert? The parallel, the equivalent. Why don't we have that yet? Um, that's for one. I would say that verbatim. Like if I was on a podium and then I got to speak, I had the mic. Why don't we have that yet? They probably be like, oh, we'll work on that. Okay,
Yeah,
but that, and I would just say what I just said. I think that this country is not working. Like I would ask them straight up. I would be like, do you guys think that this country is working? Do you think that this country is prospering? And they couldn't answer that question because they're rich. They live
yeah,
in their own bubbles. They couldn't answer that. And I would like straight up, they would probably be like, yeah, it is. It's doing okay. Really? That's what you think? So, all right, if we let each, state have, 500 people attend a town hall, a press conference, and let them speak, you think that they'd say the same thing?
right.
Country, like I would say to them, this is not working. This is not in the benefit of people who have next to nothing. It's not working.
Yeah,
Like when I would ask them, I would be straight up like, when will the two of you get out of your bubble and wake up?
yeah,
Because to them, this is a reality show. This is a joke.
yeah,
This is a straight joke. Because again, it's like regardless of who's in office or not, that doesn't benefit the people who you see who are homeless. Dog, this is a first world country. 2 months ago, I went to one of these and I seen a family myself. Well, it wasn't really a family, but it was a dude, his dog, all his belongings in a cart, and then another lady homeless further down.
yeah,
People talk about, the homeless all the time. You take a fraction of what they put to the military, what they put to this and that, to just helping the homeless in each state. Homelessness shouldn't even really be an issue with the money that's generated and the money that people be making on a day to day. But they
yeah,
care about the people, right? This is a democracy, right?
yeah,
Everybody. This is what I don't like. The debate shouldn't even. This shouldn't even be a debate. Two of them, all the people come. You two sit and listen. So you have people come in there and say, "Hey, this is what I want. This is how my life is going," and let this person speak for everybody else. So let's say you have like a local person who is elected amongst the people to go ahead and speak. You know what I'm saying? For the people, by the people. So then you have these people, these representatives from communities from different states, that not the governors, not the mayors. I'm talking about a real person. Go in there and speak to them,
right.
and then let that be, like I said, amount to a lot, like a number that is representative of the amount of states and the amount of people. And let them ask the questions. We don't need a moderator for that. Or do you have a moderator, but he's not going to do too much talking? And then let the people talk about this. Why is it just everybody is just watching two guys who can't even relate to you talking?
Right.
And this is a system that you guys believe in. This is what?
Mm-hmm.
This is my country. Again, if I was in charge, I wouldn't want all the power in my hands. I would say elected, like, let me have collective. Let me work with people. I want to, like, I will be out here. The president should be in communities every day. The president really should be on tour most of the time, most of the year, speaking to people. The only time you go into communities is when you want their vote or when you're trying to do something to make yourself look good. No, I'd be going to, if I was him, I'd be going to the slums. Like, how
Right.
can I help you? What do you need? It will be me and my team out there. What can we do to help y'all? And then solve it. This country's a joke. This system is a joke. And then we're talking about, oh yeah, let's go and vote. And you got people out here out in the cold. They can't eat. They don't know when their next meal is coming. How they gonna pay their bills? This is a system where you either have money or you don't, and then yet people don't have access to this. When you got people who come out of jail, they can't even get a job.
Yeah.
And so and people will really have you believe that vote if you want to. This is not to say if you want to vote, go ahead and vote. But you have to understand that this system is not working. Your life, that's you. We're talking about macrocosm. Like you said, families out here begging for money in a first world country. We got people making M's off of YouTube. M's. 6 figures, 7 figures off of YouTube playing video games. You mean to tell me, but they can't eat? They can't pay their bills? Some people can't get jobs, or they losing their job, and then they got kids, they got things to pay for, getting their cars repossessed. But the people that are making those decisions, that are people who, freaking check their account, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, 300 million, whatever, billions of dollars. Trump's a fucking billionaire with Trump Towers.
Yep.
Why doesn't he take his money and open up buildings where homeless people can stay in, and it's regulated? Start programs where, all right, okay, they can stay here, and this is like a placement program. So this is where you build people back up, where they can just be able to be put in a position where they can be able to do for themselves, provide for themselves, provide for their family, stuff like that. Right. Mark Cuban is out on the street looking for Delonte West. Imagine if every person that you watch on TV was doing the same thing for random people, because Delonte West is a former NBA player. I'm talking about random people. It's not working. This is a joke. This is a big joke. It's the American dream. Like I said, get rich or good luck. Yeah. I've been saying that for 2 years now. In this life, in this country, right now, get rich or good luck, because you either have money or you don't. And the people that do got the bread do not care. The people that are actually out here on the streets, doing the work, very few and far between. And then they're not the ones that get like the flowers and the social recognition.
Right.
But we're watching debates about people that can't relate to me, that can't relate to you. Joke.
Yeah.
I dropped the mic on that.
Man, you are 100% right. And that's the reason why this is the most important time, because this is not even just about electing a new president. This is electing your city councilman, your Congress, your mayor and stuff like that, because these are the people that are going to speak on your behalf. So if you have someone who you think is a good figure just because he's a Democrat, Republican, and they don't do nothing for the people, now you're left to the same place you started. And that's the problem. You have a lot of these mayors and stuff that say, yeah, we're here for the people, we're going to speak for you. And they never do. You never do. I don't hear any mayor besides, the places where George Floyd and Breonna Taylor passed away, unfortunately. But those are the only places that are speaking out, because all the media is there. Why does it take for the media to come to your spot for you to speak up for the people? And this is another reason why I said the protests have to do better, because putting up signs isn't going to change anything. You think these people who get $500,000 a year are going to care that you should just stand outside their house and put up a cardboard thing sign with a sign with writing on it? No, they don't give a damn.
They don't care.
It's up for the people to make their voice be heard, and that's get in touch with your congressman and schedule Zoom meetings, or start putting out information or something, because
they don't care.
They don't care. Even celebrities, like we said in the podcast about Breonna Taylor, celebrities don't care either. These are the people that I'll say, and this is another reason why this presidential election is a joke, because I see everybody saying don't vote for Trump, vote for Biden. Biden doing the same thing, but why? You're not giving me a reason. I should vote for Biden. Why? Because you don't like Trump? That's not a valid reason.
That's not an educated vote.
No. And that's the unfortunate situation is going to happen, is that a lot of people, and I've been watching since last night, I've been studying, watching videos and listening to topics, especially on the first debate. And a lot of people can't give you a reason why they don't want to vote for Trump. They just want to vote for Biden because it's a lesser of two evils, or because, Trump says this and this and this. But that we're not when it comes to the president, you can't just vote somebody because you like him. It's the whole thing with Obama. People voted for him. Why? Because he was black. They didn't care about what policies he had. They was like, oh, black man, let's put him in. And look at what happened after he left after 8 years. People, we back to the same. Jobs are still at an all-time low. I mean, like, really, people, let's stop voting with emotion. Let's sit down, listen to the facts, fact check people.
Just go and expose yourself to just information. Like, these are the people that, like I said, I had a conversation, with somebody the other day. I was telling you, and then, oh, you're not gonna vote? Well, because I wouldn't know what I'm voting for. So why would I just go out there and waste time and make an uneducated vote? Would somebody go out of their way to make an uneducated guess? That's why they say that. You make an educated guess. So why would I willingly make an uneducated vote?
Right.
Because that's what everybody else is doing. As I said, one of my podcasts, I talked about we don't live in a society where free thought is encouraged. Do what's best for you. Who am I to say what's right or wrong for you? I'm not you. We don't live the same life. We don't have the same mind. But that's not, that's not what's encouraged. You see what I'm saying? And that's a problem. But I think anybody listening to this should really be able to admit that it is not working. And let's say if you did, that's just because your life is okay. You might have the house, the wife, the dog, the picket fence, everything's good for you. But what about everybody else? Everybody is only, worried about themselves. That's what I said. I'm like, most people, they get a job, they get kids, they have a wife, they get married, they do everything, and then that's it. End of the line.
Yeah.
End of the line. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said in, the podcast, we were talking about success and everything like that. I'm like, everything that I want to do is for other people. It's not just for me.
Yeah.
I'm helping people. I'm like, if I could just, if I was somebody, a person of interest, I would literally use whatever my platform is to go out and meet people. I'll be doing what I think the president should do.
Right.
Go to communities every day. People should get used to seeing you. You know what I'm saying? People should feel like you care. I don't see that in both parties, and I hate that the option is just one person.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that the election always comes down to just two people? It's by design. I mean, you can vote for, you go to the ballot, you see the Green Party, the Independent, this and that, but they don't get any coverage. So,
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Why is it that, all the debate, if there is a debate, and we're talking about this shitty system, shouldn't be those two. Should be everybody that will be on that ballot should be represented, should be able to represent themselves at that debate.
Right.
So this is by design. This always comes down to two people. Right. The illusion that, we're really getting to choose between them, but we don't, because the popular vote is just saying who we think that they should vote for, not who's actually. Because like I said, if that was the case, then Hillary Clinton would be president right now because she won the popular vote, if I'm not mistaken.
She did, yeah. She did.
And if that was the case, the people voted for Hillary Clinton, but yet he became president anyway, fuck the conspiracy theories. She should have been president if it was in the people's hands, but it wasn't. So what are we really voting for when the Electoral College really determines that?
And
my vote matters, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why